More than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the Hive Mind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
So I wanted to jump on with you real quick, because this was a perfect case study example of everything that I talk about and everything that I teach. And I know when I say stuff, people are like, no, that guy's crazy. I ain't going to say that. But it's like, literally, that's exactly the stuff I say. And that's exactly how it works, man. And so when I started learning sales at a very high level, I joined a timeshare company, and randomly I'm in construction. The guy's house that I was working on, he's like, hey, do you want a job? Yeah. Be here Monday with a suit and tie. I'm like, I don't own a suit and tie. Let me go buy one. So I showed up at the job Monday, and they didn't give us a script. They didn't give us anything to watch or anything to learn. They wanted you to just get in front of the couple, ask them if they want to buy a $66,000 timeshare. And then after they say no, you bring in the manager, and then the manager comes in and does it. So that's the only way I know how to teach sales, is like, get me in front of the people and you'll learn quick. Yeah. So what you did today, phenomenal, dude. So Freddy messages me on Messenger. He says, hey, I got a $3 million deal. It's west of San Antonio. You want to look at it? I'm like, that's a pretty good price for that size of property. But I saw that it was very far west, where the properties are down. What did I tell you it was at? Like 10 to 15?
Yeah.
Right. And the guy tells us stuff's probably like at 8,000 an acre. So even him as a broker, he told us that it's pretty underpriced. But when I messaged Freddy, I said, hey, why don't you ask him if he'll let us sell it for you? And what did you say?
I said, well, I asked if you wanted to do like a 3-way call, and I just kind of listened because I never dealt with anything like this big or this type of property and that kind of stuff. So
yeah. So Freddy's like, man, well, he's a broker. I don't know if he's going to go for that. I'm like, just ask him. Right. So it sounds crazy. It sounds funny. I can ask a broker if I can sell his property. So I know how that sounds, right? I'm not oblivious, but either how, Freddy got us on there, and the call was effing amazing, bro. It was A+++, perfect textbook scenario of a good deal. And it could have went south pretty quick. But what we did on this call is, it was a $3 million deal. And the guy says there's a 9,000 square foot house on 100 and how many acres is it?
131 acres.
131 acres. So in my mind, I'm like, he's super high by the acre. What does he think the house is worth? Right. So that's exactly where my brain went. And I said, man, you just redid it. Yeah, it has an elevator, and we just remodeled it down to the studs. And he got all excited. And I was like, what do you think that house is worth? Maybe $2 million. Right. So what did I just do? I just made the land worth nothing. Right. Because he thinks all the value's in the house now. So what we can do on this deal is we can give the guy back the house. Right. We can say, you know what, we don't want the house. We just want the land.
Yeah.
And how did I pitch creative finance? Did I say creative finance? Did I say, let us subdivide it for you? How did I even pitch the sell? Do you remember?
I remember you said we just do creative work, creative deals, but you just said different type of things, I guess, different ways to make a deal work, basically.
Yeah. Right. So I said, look, if I'm not going to buy it, right, I said, what if we did this? I said, what if we gave you a certain amount down? And then I said, and then I brought in like 5 or 6 or, a handful of other people to buy it. And then we section it off that way. How does that sound? And right, what did he say?
He said he's open to anything. He does trade. So if you're under financing, whatever.
Yeah, the guy's like, yeah. And if you have something with water rights on it, I don't even know how water rights work yet. I've been keeping the minerals, like the oil rights and all that stuff. But like, he even started teaching me about water rights. And I saw that as an in, for one, because I really want to learn about it, because we've been coming across it. So I'm like, dude, we need to go to lunch. We need to talk about this. We need to go into business together. Right. So we're having lunch on Monday with the guy and his wife. And plus he starts telling us, well, I own this ranch and I own this ranch and I own these properties. He says, I'm 75. I'm partly blind. So I said, look, man, why don't we do this? I said, let me take a look at your portfolio. If you have anything in your portfolio that you want to sell, I said, why don't you let me sell it for you? I'll get rid of it for you quick. So we got buyers beating our door down. So amazing textbook rapport, amazing call. That's why I kind of wanted to just get on here real quick and talk about it. We started to talk about like sales and learning sales and having a sales background. And you asked me kind of how I got good at that. Mm-hmm. Right. And what I wanted to talk about right now is that, for one, I think the main thing, my manager's name was Johnny, and the the main thing he taught me is he said, you can't be afraid to lose the sale. He said, if you're afraid to lose the sale, you're never going to get it. He says, but if you don't care if you get the sale or not, that's how you get every single sale. So in my mind, like, I'm just going to have a cool conversation with the guy, whatever he says, it kind of doesn't matter. If he says, no, I just want cash, I'm not looking for any BS, like, it's not a big deal, right? We're going to talk to 100 more sellers after this one. And I think that's part of making good conversation is like, I honestly like cared about the guy. When he told me that his eyes were messed up, I'm like, man, I bet I could help this guy. Right. So my brain went away from the real estate. I'm talking about water rights. Okay, look, if we don't buy the $3 million ranch, who cares? Right. Mm-hmm. Who cares? There's a billion more leads out there. So I think that's part of making great conversation is just saying, like, you know, whether I get to sell or not, it's okay. Let me dig in with this guy and see what's going on with him. Right. Mm-hmm. We found out about his personal health. We found out that he owns a lot of other properties. It sounds like he's already so retired that he's not even really in the business of being out there. He's not hustling anymore like we are. Mm-hmm. Right? So in my mind, I'm like, hey, well, maybe he just needs somebody to help him dig in, help him sell the properties, you know, do that kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's why it was a very fluid, easy conversation, because for one, like I said, like, I don't care if we buy it or not. We have a lot of other things that we could talk about with the seller. And I guess I do it as a tactic, but really because I honestly, genuinely care about people. Mm-hmm. So like, even if we don't do the deal, like, we're going to learn about water rights on this one. Mm-hmm. We're going to learn what's up with the guy's eyes and see if we can help him fix his eyes because he's partially blind, right? Yeah. So very, very valuable connection. You know, he has a bunch of paper because he has a lot of properties. Maybe we can help him. He talked about a 1031. Yeah. And what do I always say? Have you been attending the weekly calls?
I haven't been for about 2 weeks now.
Okay. That's something that we talk about is like, these people don't need the money, right? Mm-hmm. So they can easily move it somewhere else. And that's exactly what this guy told us on this call. Mm-hmm. He's like, if you guys have some waterfront property or some vacation homes or some multifamilies, he said, I would love to do that. So he's already talking to us about a 1031 or a property swap. Mm-hmm. Right. So this is our ideal avatar. And this is what I keep mentioning in this group is that even if we don't make the money, we're making the connection. Right. So now we have $3 million worth of land to place. Yeah. Let's say we come across an apartment complex that's $10 million. We might say, hey, what if we gave you $3 million down, right, as a partial payment on your apartment complex? And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're literally being able to like partner with these sellers that have this land because they don't know how to sell it. They don't know what to do with it. A lot of them, like I said, they're so rich, they're just open to whatever. And this is a perfect textbook. This call alone right here makes me not crazy. That's why I'm like, we got to talk about this on Zoom real quick. Do you have any takeaways or anything you want to cover real quick before we close out?
Well, I guess, so I've been doing it for a while, you know, and I've definitely gotten better and stuff. But after hearing you like on the phone, you know, just so natural and stuff, it like got me excited, you know, just everything you guys were talking about and like getting so buddy like pretty quick or whatever, you know, just setting up something to get together and everything so quick. But like, it's inspiring to me, you know, like, dang, I got like a lot to learn still and I need to do better and that kind of stuff. But
how long was that call, dude?
It was like 6-7 minutes, not very long.
We became best friends.
Yeah.
We got $3 million worth of land that we have permission to sell, plus more land. Now we have a mentor who's going to teach us how to retain water rights and then lease them to the county. Like, dude, there was so much money and so much value in that call. It's crazy. And that was one phone call. That's why I'm like, let's talk to 50 of these guys. Let's talk to 1,000 of them. Because then you'll have money put away. You'll have private capital. You'll have connections. You'll have land. You'll have 1031. Like, literally, like the more people we talk to like that, now we know we have access to $100 million worth of land just in a couple of phone calls.
It's insane.
It's so cool, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you sent me that lead, man. I'm glad we were able to make that call and make the connection. So I hope to make you proud. And at the end of the day, we want to do this to turn it into money, but it all starts with those initial connections. And that's why I wanted to just get on here real quick and talk about it, because like I said, like, it sounds like you're talking to a nutcase when the guy's like, hey, ask the broker if we could sell his stuff for him.
Yeah.
I promise you it works, man. I promise you guys. I know what I'm saying. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I know it sounds crazy, but it freaking works.
Awesome, man. I love it.
I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, thank you for sending the lead. Thank you for being in the group, man. And I hope to make you a ton of cash. I'll see you soon, okay?
Awesome. Yep. Sounds good to see you guys.
Thank you, brother.
See ya.
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.onelistguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.